Hello YouTube, it's G Fantastic here. I just spent the day clearing out my basement. I've got a lot of junk down there, and I've also got a few things that are quite nostalgic for me. And one of those things is this little book, The Story of Little Black Sambo. Yes, I know. This is a book that was popular once, and then people realised that it's pretty much racist. So I'm just going to quickly go through the story for people who are unfamiliar with it. Love to Julian from Mummy and Daddy. So this book's, the date of printing here is 1975, which would have made me 5 years old. Okay, here's Little Black Sambo and his mum and dad. His mum dresses him in lots of fine clothes, including a handy umbrella. Then the tigers try to eat him, and he outwits them by giving them his clothes and then flattering them and appealing to their vanity, and so they kind of strut off, all proud of themselves, without eating him. And a series of tigers take all of his clothes one by one, including his shoes and even his umbrella. What a bunch of bastards. And she's got nothing left. Poor little black Sambo. And then the tigers squabble amongst themselves and decide to have a fight about who looks the best in the clothes. And in true Jerry Springer style, you have to take off your clothes before you have a fight. And so they chase each other around a tree faster and faster. Meanwhile, little black Sambo gets all his clothes back, and Goose steps off into the happy sunset. The tigers chase each other faster and faster until they dissolve into a pool of melted butter, as you do. And then basically we take the butter, we make a big heap of pancakes and have a bit of a feast. Marvellous. Okay, so this book used to be hugely popular at first. This first was printed in, according to the inside here, 1899 it first was printed. And then people kind of thought, wait a minute, isn't this a little bit racist? And they're right, this is pretty much classic, kind of darky iconography. Now, strange thing, this is pretty much dark iconography, which puts us in Africa or the Caribbean, I suppose, if at a stretch. Especially Black Mambo, that's clearly it's a cruel caricature, but that's clearly a cruel caricature of an African or a Caribbean person. But if these are tigers, then surely we're in Asia, we're in India, pretty much. And when we turn into the melted butter at the end, it's referred to as ghee, which is a word from the Indian subcontinent and not from Africa or the Caribbean, as I understand it. So basically, it's just this kind of morass of various kind of half-baked, mainly racist ideas. So what do I think? Well, most of the racism is in the illustrations. Other people have noticed this, apparently. Like that one there. It is just dark iconography. But in the actual story, apart from the word Sambo itself, which I always thought Sambo was a racial slur because of this book, but apparently it had been a racial slur for a while before this. So if it wasn't for the word Sambo in the illustrations, it would be a pretty inoffensive story. And I suppose I feel a little bit sorry for the book because it's quite it's quite charming in its way. I like the tigers turning into butter. I think that's quite kind of quite a sweet idea. But overall, it's got to this is it is racist. We can't have this in modern Britain. Really, it's just not acceptable anymore. The way. That's just the way values change, really, isn't it? So yeah, it's a shame. I'm glad I've still got this, but you know, I'm not sure. I'm not sure I would. You know, I wouldn't give this as a gift. Give this as a gift to my nieces. Put it that way. All right. Thanks very much. I hope you found that interesting as I did. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.